And we're back here on the MLD Network. I mentioned a Lightning doubleheader. Guess what? It's Platinum League action here. The Spartans and the Lightning. And Kendo, you have to admit, this looks extremely familiar.
Wait a second. This isn't the Foxes and the Puffins. I was lied to. Wait, did you say Lightnings and Spartan? Lightning
yes.
And Spartans?
Yeah, you feel that wound? You feel that old wound?
What week is this?
Yeah, so it's week 8 of the Platinum League. A literal nut like this from Kendo.
Jay! Oh my goodness. The wound is still fresh in my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minor League Doubles. And we, the Lightning and the Spartans, week 8, the game that never happened from last season, about to take place. Although the positioning a little bit different between these two teams. The Lightning, the Plat League, we have Prozac and Cinder. They are sitting at 13-22, last place in their division, 9 games behind the Spartans, who are fielding Disney and, I believe I'm saying it correctly, Nukers.
Nukers, yes.
Nukers,
yeah. Now they're sitting number 1 in the division. So Lightning have something to prove here. They're 10 back in their standings. Mm-hmm. So, and it's going up against the Spartans. Now, a huge upset would be for the Lightning to do fantastically well here against the Spartans. A 4-1 would go an extremely long way here in the standings. Now, Prozac and Cinder have a huge hill to climb, though. The Spartans are doing fantastically at 22-13 here in the season, as we're about to wind up and figure out who's going to be in the wild card race.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lightning need to do well. They need to do well.
Here's the thing. The wild card race, everyone's getting in. Everyone's getting in, but the wild card race in Plat.
Yeah, we got a mic and Skype that's going nuts right now, but we're moving into game 1 here. Spartans and the Lightning just about ready to get underway. Kendo, how you doing over there?
I'm not sure what exactly happened to get the mic and Skype, but let me tell you, hopefully it gets fixed once again. I was going to say, though, the big deal is at the top of Plat League. The wild card race is the division race. You have a log jam at the top. 4 teams that are 22-13 and 2 other teams that are 21-14. So every single win is going to count for these Spartans. Whereas if the Lightning are able to pull off the big upset with a 4-1 or a 5-0, it's going to go a long way in bringing them back into the Storm division.
You can see the Lightning trying to speed up the pace here. Spartans are starting to match that. Cinder with a great touch here, but the Lightning need to make sure they have the ball control. They need to make sure that their rotations are just fine and that communication needs to be on point. Because, like I said, Lightning have something to prove here, and this is the time to do it.
Okay, this ball is now in the Spartans' end. Disney's going to clear it out to the corner. Cinder is there. Nice touch out by Nukers. Disney will follow. This ball is going to be up towards the box. Cinder is able to hit it out very nicely. The Lightning are fielding one of the better rosters that they do have. And I know it's been a shaky start for them, but they do have a really good chance with this roster of putting up some points against the Spartan team.
They do need to speed up their play, though. Cinder had a great chance there. Even though Prozac came through and kind of disrupted the play a little bit, Cinder had a chance to get some ball control on it. And it's just unfortunate they were not able to get the speed, but Nukers saw the opening and took it home 1-0.
Very nicely done by Nukers. Quick to the ball. Prozac unable to get up in time. And really, the ball control was not there for the Lightning, despite the fact that Prozac was so close to the ball, he wasn't in control of it. Ooh, Prozac taking away a shot opportunity for Cinder. Hopefully, the miscommunications do stop here, because the Lightning really need to take advantage of their opportunities. Ball in the Lightning corner. Cinder's going to pick it up there, interfering with Disney, who is on the ball now. Great touch down towards the net. Nukers is able to make a save.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Centered for Disney, who's going to knock it all the way down into the Lightning end. Cinder now missing the touch. Prozac trying to beat. He will win a 50-50 here. This is towards the middle. Nukers coming across. Great play to keep that in the corner.
Lots of ground play coming out here from the Lightning. They need to start skying this out, just like the Spartans are doing quite nicely, I might add. Spartans are able to add a ton of pressure, making this a 3D game instead of just a 2D game as Prozac tries to take a shot. Nukers reads it well.
Very good back and forth by these two teams. The Spartans have just been content for the Lightning to letting the Lightning come into their zone and put shots towards the net. Great defensive rotation by them. Now the ball. On the side, Disney and Cinder, 50-50 will go out to the middle. Nukers is there. Flips into the ball. Prozac will 50 it back to Cinder, who's going to clear it into the Spartans' direction. Shot on net. Disney's able to make a save there, and the ball's going to the corner.
Disney had great coverage on that shot. He knew he needed to get to that near post, and he does it perfectly as Prozac actually had the angle covered. Luckily, the ball going wide of him and of the net, but the Lightning showing a lot of spunk when they get on their side. They just have not been able to convert that into any sort of reasonable goal. I take that back. Cinder says, "Shut up, Ninja."
Shut up, Ninja, indeed. Everybody likes saying that, don't you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, you do.
Nukers there. It's tough to defend when you're on the wall like he was in that circumstance. The second man back, not able to rotate in time, and a perfect touch over there by Cinder. Now off the kickoff. Lightning will take possession. Cinder, a little bit of a mistouch, goes to Nukers. Nukers, 50 in the corner with Prozac. Prozac's able to get by one, another 50. He fire burners this ball all the way to the opposite side. Cinder is there. Past one. Disney, though, able to make the save into the corner.
You gotta love how Fireburner must be super proud that a really good 50-50 is named after him.
Exactly. I mean, when you really win a 50-50, though, it's so much fun to emphasize, oh, I fire-burned that ball, you know? have you ever actually done that in a group chat?
I mean, of course.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've done that when we played together. It's just like, oh, I burnered that one real good.
Real good.
Ball now back towards the Spartans end. Nukers, the last man back, is able to get the touch out. Now with 9 seconds left, this ball all the way back. Cinder able to get a good play on the ball. Playing patiently there. He could have centered it perfectly for a Spartan to put that in the net. Instead, we will go to overtime in game number one.
I'm looking for the Lightning to get much more aggressive once they get on that offensive end. It seems like once they convert over, never mind, Disney's again. What in the world with the double touch? Hello, this is Platinum League.
Very well played by Disney. The first touch up off the backboard. I thought it might drop in. It had very nice loft on it. Prozac committing very early. And he ended up paying for that because the shot wasn't exactly on net. Sometimes you overcommit to a ball that you think is going to go in. It fooled my eye as well. So very well played by Disney to be there when he needed to be.
Yeah, you got to make sure, just in case, follow the ball up, make sure that one goes in, especially on a chance like that. In overtime, you just have to be sure. The Lightning have made a marked improvement, though, over the last time that we saw them here in the Platinum League. So it's good to see that, and that's always important to try to improve, especially when you're coming up here on the last weeks of league play. But the Lightning need to start converting these offensive opportunities into goals. They have been on the offensive end a few times. They've had great chances. They just need to start converting these and force the Spartans out of net and into their discomfort zone.
The discomfort zone. Kind of like the comfort zone, only not. Kind of like what Curtis was feeling yesterday, but we don't talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
What happens in Smurf Land stays in Smurf Land. Anyway, Cinder now Nice touch over. Disney is going to take the ball from there. Clears it back into the Lightning zone. Touch up by Cinder. This will drop. Prozac unable to get a touch on Nukers. Putting it all the way back. Cinder pushing the ball up. Back and forth. This ball will go. Disney, nice touch. He rolled into that very well. Not able to get a second touch is Nukers.
Ooh.
Nice demo on the defense there, as Cinder is going to keep this ball in the corner. The Lightning doing a very good job of just keeping control, letting the Spartans take their chances when they have it, but nothing dangerous has happened. Double commit here by the Lightning. Disney, very well played to defend that ball, and Nukers going to drop this back to the Lightning zone.
Lightning is starting to get a little bit antsy. Kind of reminds you of a certain doubles pairing from last season when they didn't score after a certain amount of time. They started to push the envelope a little bit too far. The Lightning need to be careful to not do that, as Nukers tried to slam into Prozac, ended up throwing the ball towards the corner instead of towards the net, which is what he wanted. But the Lightning, they have reached midfield. They need to convert that, but the Spartans are just not letting them anywhere near their net at all.
Indeed. Oh my great bump by Nukers, though, trying for the opportunity there. Another one gives Disney the possession in the corner. Prozac, though, able to come in and make a very good save. Cinder is going to carry this ball all the way into the corner. This ball is centered, but Nukers is there. Prozac, the overcommit. Disney, the demo. This is going to go in. Nukers will get credit for the goal.
Prozac had this lined up. He stopped a little bit short. He could have just side flipped, and that ball would have careened off of him. But unfortunately, all he did was backflip. A slight mechanical mistake, and that puts the Spartans on the board. Now, the Lightning do definitely have a chance. Obviously, it's only one goal, and with plenty of time left, the Lightning need to get really aggressive, though. Make sure they get those touches on that ball, because that should have been a simple shot, but it'll convert for Disney. As let's face it, Disney XD need to pick up the MLE Network, because that looks great in that color.
It's very well done by him, but I think the Lightning are heeding your advice just a...
I don't know why Kendo's Skype keeps unmuting for some reason. We don't know why. Might be a hotkey or something, who knows. We never could figure it out, and every once in a while, it's intermittent. So if any techies in the chat can help out Kendo when you see him next, please do, but he's actually disconnected from, well, it looks like everything.
It's okay, Ninja. I'm still here. Keep going.
Okay. Well, all right. As Cinder has a chance. It's off the post. Both of the Spartans were completely flabbergasted. Prozac able to come through nicely here as the Lightning finally get on the board. After halftime, they still have a little bit of a hill to climb, but no big deal for them, it seems, because if they can keep those Spartans off, well, let's just keep them off kilter, basically, because that's what happened in that whole play. Let's see if the Lightning can snatch a chance up here as Nukers able to throw it towards the corner off a kickoff.
Just call it a distraction tactic. Kendo leaves, all of a sudden the Lightning score. I might have to do it again before the end of this game.
Not playing favorites at all.
Not playing favorites at all. Go Lightning. Anyway, Prozac, nice touch by one. This will go to Disney, though, in his own zone. Lightning playing defense backwards. That is not a good way to play defense, and Disney will score.
Cinder just left Prozac out in the cold, pretty much. I think Prozac was thinking that Cinder was behind the play and was ready to take over for the shot, because it would have been a perfect shot. Nice and high, would have been dead on, but not going to happen this time. As again, the Lightning go down by 2. The Spartans so strong when this happens.
Okay, ball is now going to be picked up by Disney. This ball is all the way back into the Lightning end, and Disney almost able to get around it. Cinder, though, very quick defense. Now, the ball will drop for Prozac. He's going to clear it all the way into the Spartans zone. Not really choosing to keep control of that ball, which probably might have been smarter, as Disney's going to clear it back. This is in the box. Nukers is up, and he mistouches it. Lightning now with a quick shot opportunity on the way back. Great interference, though, by Disney.
I mean, you said it right there. It's simple interference by Disney to slow down that Lightning roll, and it forced the Lightning to regroup and rethink just a little bit, and that slight hesitation allowed the Spartans to get reset for another offensive push here, and they're just kind of trying to keep the Lightning at bay. They don't want them to score at all as time is starting to wind down. The Lightning more than willing to double commit as they are 2 goals down, and that's exactly what they need to do, but they're doing it fairly safely. It's good communication coming out from the Lightning.
Very good communication indeed. Prozac's going to get a second touch right here. This ball will drop for Cinder. He puts the shot towards the net. Nukers, though, there for the clear. We got only 14 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like the opportunity will be lost for the Lightning here in this game number 2, and that's really going to hurt them as far as standings go. However, the way things go here in the MLD, every single win, every single goal counts, and game number 2 going to the Spartans in another close fashion.
The Lightning definitely improved in that one. They kind of broke down there at the end when they realized that they were going down a little bit, and the double commits were not well executed. They were just not well planned in general. But you kind of expect that. You know, they're slightly desperate, and the Spartans are able to pick up on that, and they just convert every single chance that they get into a goal. I'm talking about the Spartans, of course, and we both know how important that is in the MLD, especially down here at the Platte League, where every mistake gets punished and every opportunity must not be missed. Now, the Lightning didn't get a lot of opportunities there because the Spartans are basically Trump's wall at this point. It's fantastic defense from the Spartans here so far, but we move into Game 3, and the Lightning, they just need to get it together.
I love the fact that you snuck in a Trump's wall reference right there. Is Disney able to put the first goal in with only 14 seconds gone by? I'll have you know, though, that wall hasn't been built yet.
Yeah, true, but they have 5 prototypes, and I have a feeling that the Spartans prototypes might win it.
Spartans right now thinking about building a wall. They're going to make the Lightning pay for it, though. This ball center for Disney. Prozac, nice 50-50. This ball will go to the side. Nukers quickly in, cleared into the Lightning side. Prozac choosing not to go for the ball. Pays off as Nukers overcommits hard on that ball. Disney able to get by both members of the Lightning. This will drop towards the net, but Disney not able to get a touch center. Prozac now able to beat both members of the Spartans. Gets a demo also for his efforts. Overcommits just a little bit. Not able to get a center for Cinder, who was waiting, licking his chops for that shot.
Speaking of shots, Prozac just a little bit off target there right at the midfield. It was a long shot anyways, but he's been hanging tough on the offensive end. The Lightning, they should score here quite quickly, especially with keeping the Spartans on their toes in the defense, but a little bit of communication will come in handy from the Lightning, as it just seems like they're concentrating a little bit too hard on the ball and not exactly on their positioning, as Prozac is able to get back just in time.
What a bump by Nukers, though, on the defensive end, and a shot that'll go off the bar here. Cinder's got a chance trying to speed back. Gets the second touch. Hashtag it, clip it. That might be a Play of the Week nominee.
That one deserves at least 1 balls on that. Look at that double. Oh, dude. He stayed with it, didn't let the defense get in his face. He just said, no, I'm coming through. This is the steamroll Cinder. As they tie it up here, it has become a match, guys.
This ball's going to fly center. Disney clearing it all the way back on net. Cinder's able to get the touch, put it to the corner. Nukers unable to contest there. Cinder picks up the possession, gets it past 1. See if he can cut a second. No, Disney will stop. Pushes it towards the side. Prozac coming in quickly, not able to get too much of a touch, and Disney will pick possession back up again. all the way back into the Lightning zone, where it is cleared all the way back into the Spartans zone. And really, the Lightning, I feel like they've digressed just a little bit from the control play that they had in game number 1. They're doing a lot more chip into the Spartan zone and trying to chase, and I'm not sure if that is what they need to be doing right now against these Spartans.
Well, but it is forcing the Spartans to head back and reset, and it's keeping the Spartans away from that Lightning zone. Although that was close. Kozak able to just barely knock that one away, but as I was mentioning before, the Lightning, they're putting a little bit of oomph into each of their touches, and it's exactly what they need to do because it forces the Spartans to get reset and get some spacing on the ball and spacing between each other. But now we have a chance here for the Spartans again and not convert it over because the Lightning rotated in awkwardly even. But it worked out for him. I mean, the Lightning really unorthodox this game. Not quite working out for him yet as nearly diddled was Cinder.
Really, it's been a story of missed opportunities for the Spartans as they're going to regain possession in the mid. Cinder, though, up off the wall. Great shot by him. He scores.
Hang on. Where's my protractor? I'm going to drag the protractor up on the screen. Yeah. Yep. Dead on. Calculated. I mean,
that was about
that midfield pylon. It was dead on, perfect, on the post. You couldn't get better than that.
Perfect 30-degree angle coming off the nose of that Octane, and I mean, so easy as Disney. What a play by him off of the pass.
Straight, establishing dominance. Nukers, the perfect pass off the curve of the wall. It popped it up perfectly. Now, Disney left enough room just in case the ball was going to sail over his head. He's able to turn around and gather some control on it, but in doing so, it spaced him out properly to take the pass and put the perfect shot on target. We're tied at 2, everybody. Edge of your seat action here at the Plat League.
Prozac going with the fake. This ball will drop to Cinder, who's able to get a touch into the corner. Plays it off of the wall. Nukers is there to try to retain pressure in the Lightning zone. Prozac up, passes it to Disney. This is up off the backboard. Disney misses the second touch. Nuker's also going to miss a touch here. If Prozac or Cinder can get around this ball and boost, they might be able to put it on the net, but Disney back quick enough to interfere. Nukers. Now he's going to put a shot towards the net. Not quite on enough to warrant a save.
Uh-oh.
This is centered for Nukers, and Nukers going to push it just a little wide to the left. Now, Cinder and Nukers. We might get the ever famous, I'm not going to say it, moment right here as Prozac trying to finish that centered ball. We go to overtime at Deuces Wild.
So the Lightning finally woke up there towards the end of the game. They had a couple of shots on target. Really awkward plays in general, but it's working out for them. And it's forcing the Spartans to rethink what they would normally do in these situations. The Lightning need to make sure that they are careful with who is back and who is actually attacking the ball. Don't double commit like we saw in game 1. As this shot not quite wide enough, but it will pop up. Prozac able to knock it away, and here comes Cinder. Can he get there? He gets there just in time and is able to deflect Nuker's shot, but they're still not out of the danger zone yet. It's just, over 30 seconds have actually elapsed in this overtime. Kendo, what are you thinking, man? I mean, the Spartans a little bit off their game, just a touch, and it's just enough for the Lightning to attack properly.
Oh, Prozac had a chance to pass it to Cinder right there. Cinder was on his way back, though. And really, I think the game, in the end, will probably go to the Spartans as Disney seeing things through on my prediction here. But really, I thought the game was probably going to go to the Spartans because a lot of the successes the Lightning were having were by keeping the ball out of their own end. And they were keeping the ball out of their own end by clearing the ball and chasing. And while it was effectively slowing down the game, because the Spartans were basically slow playing their control,
Yeah.
It also wasn't amounting to very much offense. And you look at the shot totals right here. You have 8 shots for the Spartans versus 3 shots for the Lightning. It's really hard to beat a team when you're getting doubled up on the shot total.
And you can tell the Lightning were trying to play a little bit smarter. They were trying to make sure their shots or their touches were generally calculated where they wanted them to go. And that's a great thing, obviously, to work on. Maybe not necessarily right now, but we saw less double commits. We saw less urgency plays. And it worked out for them generally. They just couldn't convert when it came to overtime. And granted, this Lightning squad, you can tell, has not quite had the experience, at least in game, to know when to attack and when to possibly just lay off a little bit. But we move into Game 4. The Spartans have taken the series, and the Lightning pretty much have nothing to lose at this point other than another 2 games. And now that I think about it, this is the Platte League in Week 8. You don't want to lose these 2 games. You really want to get at least the 2 wins to try to stay in the hunt at least. But Disney says, yeah, that's not going to happen, man. Gets it right around Prozac. That was a tough one.
You can hear the cries of everyone in the Platte League right now praying for the Lightning to take a couple games off of the Spartan squad. With it so bottlenecked up at the top, every game, every goal counting. The Lightning have been in every single game, and really it's been a heartbreaker for them that they haven't been able to actually put a win through so far. Cinder and Nukers there in the corner. This is a pass out. Prozac will take control, but he'll just dump it in. Although, the little bit of a doink touch off Nukers. Goal for Prozac, but he got a lot of help.
Slight ball chase here by the Spartans as Nukers tried to just stop it up. He's not at an Octane, so that's not going to pop it up the way he thought it would. And he's actually in the newer car. I always forget the name of this car. But the
Imperator.
The Imperator. Right.
Yes.
But yeah, slightly shorter hitbox, and that forces the ball to actually rocket a little bit up and over his teammate. There's just no way to defend against that, especially from your own teammate's touch. So now the Lightning find themselves in a tie situation as Disney knocks it wide.
Now this ball is in the middle. Prozac will pick it up. Pass towards Cinder. A little bit of miscommunication, though, as this will go off the back of Cinder, and Disney runs it all the way back. The lead, once again, the Spartans.
So Prozac had a great idea. He wanted to bounce it off of Cinder's front end to number 1, gather momentum on the ball. Number 2, right at the net. Now, Cinder not exactly ready for that, and he needed to lay off the play a little bit. He got just a little bit ahead of himself, and they really paid for it there. Now, they could go back and take a look at that replay, and they can see where Cinder actually made the slight error. It was a good pass. I can't really fault the pass, but, just a slight little error, and they needed... Yeah, Prozac, hello?
Let's see what happened here. Cinder gets the initial touch out. Disney lofting it high. Prozac was a little bit too far forward. Tried to slow play the defense, but wasn't able to get there in time. And I'm not sure if boost played a factor there, but I tell you what, the Spartans are on, and this is the first big-time 2-goal lead. It seems like a much larger lead than 2 goals.
Well, it also helps that there is a lot of time on the clock. The Spartans are able to do it a little bit faster, as we're starting to see some mechanical ability come out from Disney XD there. Look at that save. Flying save.
Yeah,
Disney,
well done,
definite improvement here on the Spartan squad, but the Lightning really have their work cut out for them too. They know they need to win these next 2 games, or else they're in some serious dire straits.
Now, the other thing I'm noticing right now, the Spartans are really picking up the pace of play. I'm seeing a lot more boost being used in the mid. The problem is, as we saw right there, is both players were up quite a bit. The Lightning might be able to punish overcommits, as it seems like the Spartans are up almost in the same zone at certain times together.
You mentioned Chim mentioned it, or remember Chim mentioned it last time, that quadrant setup, and that right there is that overcommit danger you were talking about. Prozac able to actually split the uprights between both contenders on the Spartans. Prozac able to just barely knock it in there. He didn't really have a lot of control on it, but he timed it well. And now they're only 1 goal down here just past halftime, Kendo. And doesn't this remind you of something?
Well, I do know that 3-2 at 2:22 reminds me of yesterday. I told Curtis to eat his heart out just because it wasn't your 5-of-a-kind deuces.
That's not what I was reminiscent of, but okay, yeah, that too.
What are we reminiscing of?
All those times when you and I came from a 3-goal deficit to get the win in overtime, and how many times did I nearly blow out my microphone?
Let me tell you, if I didn't know better, I'd say you've replaced quite a few microphones just playing with me, sir. This ball will be centered. A nice shot by Disney. It's going to go just wide to the left. Disney recenters it. Nuker's so close to getting a shot on net. It's challenged successfully by the Lightning. Ball is up towards the box. Disney is up to clear it away. The soft touch will get by 1 after the second touch. Nukers versus Prozac 1v1. Nukers will miss his flip. Ball will go to Disney. Disney, this is going to loft towards the net. Nukers skies it too high. Prozac has a chance to bring it back. Now with a minute to go. 1 goal deficit. Can they do it, Ninja?
I mean, they can. The question is, can they actually make a decent touch on the ball to send it towards the net without the Spartans getting involved? Now, that right there is the key. Get the Spartans out of the net, force them onto the offensive end, and then make that big, long clear. And that's something we have not seen at all from the Lightning so far. A nice, long clear, especially on these Spartans who don't mind being so close to each other.
The other thing I am noticing, though, with 30 seconds to go now, the Spartans are very content to just play out their 1-goal lead. They're slow playing Disney. Perfect touch, although the middle...
Yeah.
Wow, I have no words.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Especially with time running out here, the Lightning need to get something going. Now, I can see them using the time a little bit, forcing the clock to run down a touch so that the Spartans can't retaliate. But Cinder has a chance! Disney getting there just in time as the ball dies out. Spartans take game 4.
Really a great control game by the Spartans, with the exception of that little bit of a mishap that we saw at the end of that game. They just took possession of the control of the game. They took possession of the pace as well, and they just dictated the entire game. And you look once again, they have control in the offensive end. That shot total, once again, 8-3. I feel like a broken record, 8-3. 8-3. But really, the Spartans have been able to keep the pressure on and to continue to push the Lightning into positions where they haven't had opportunities other than on fast breaks to punish them.
But that's the thing. The Spartans are able to limit those fast breaks by decent positioning. They're not really forcing a lot of issues, whereas the Lightning, that's kind of their style. They want to force the issue. They want to force the goal instead of kind of finessing it in like the Spartans have been able to do. Now, the Lightning, of course, not quite as mechanically skilled as the Spartans so far, at least on display, such as that shot right there. Cinder should have put that right on target because nobody was in net. But a little bit unfortunate, he wasn't able to do that. But Lightning have one more chance to at least get one win in this series. They really don't want a 5-0, especially after they NCP'd last weekend. Yeah. Just it was a scheduling conflict. They could not get a second player in. It's just one of those things that happens every once in a while. But, you know, it is what it is. They have to deal with it. And in order to deal with it, they need these wins very badly.
Ninja, I want to let you know something. Yeah. We're in game 5 right now.
Yeah.
We were so close to making it. The only thing that was keeping me in my seat was the fact that I hadn't heard the term NCP. And you just broke me, sir.
Well, you know, like I said, it happens from time to time. And let's face it, this is kind of a building year here for the Lightning. I fully expect this exact team to play next year. I don't want to see this team break up. They're showing a lot of synergy here, especially here in Game 5. They're communicating with each other. They're getting themselves set up for plays. They just don't quite have the execution quite yet. Although a nice shot, a little bit wide. Wow, that was a lot of power.
Absolutely. A lot more control being exhibited by the Lightning, and the pressure really has been on the Spartans and in the Spartans' end as Prozac's going to put this on net. He is going to score off that 50-50. Very well done.
We saw a lot of patience here by the Lightning. They were more than willing to kind of just hang back at the midfield and force the Spartans to play to them on their own half. We haven't really seen that much in this whole series, and finally the Lightning are starting to put together a game plan, and they're executing it well as a decent shot. Now Disney with a speed play, just a touch high.
So close for Disney as Nuker's going to keep it in. Prozac, what a save coming across. He's able to keep it out. Great defensive effort by the Lightning. Now Cinder's going to pick this ball up. Pushes it into the corner where Nuker's is. Prozac, this is up. It is in the box. If he can get a second touch right here, Nuker's coming across quickly, makes the save. Now Disney going back the other way, going for the cheeky fake. Prozac, though, reads it perfectly. 2:20 left, the 1-goal lead. A misplay by Cinder, though. He is able to get back before the Spartans, and really great patient play by the Spartans right there. It seemed like they knew they were getting beat. They did not overcommit trying to beat the Lightning back.
And that's been kind of the key to the Spartans' playstyle, at least in this series. They're more than happy to just kind of have the solo plays, pass play when they can, but you know, they're playing fairly basic Rocket League in terms of strategy, but they're able to execute it perfectly. Lots of power here when they need it, some control when they need that as well. The Spartans, a really solid platinum level team, doing it the way that you're supposed to do it. They're learning, they're growing as players, and playing so much as a team. And we both know how important that is, especially as we watch Cinder and Prozac struggle at times to play synergistically.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm really just amazed how the Lightning have changed up the entire complexion of this game, and I wish they would have started doing it sooner. Prozac's going to have a shot towards the net. Ooh. Very great patient play. Goes off the bar and out, but really this is a different Lightning team from the first 4 games.
They're so much more aggressive at the ball. They seem to constantly have a guy either on the ball or coming at the ball, and the Spartans have had to back down. It's exactly what the Lightning needed to do immediately. They just didn't quite figure it out at first, as Prozac tries to take another shot towards net, but ends up going wide. And again, the slight inexperience of the Lightning kind of coming up to bite them a little bit, and the Spartans are kind of just letting them do their thing. And right there's the breakaway they've been waiting for.
But it's well defended by Prozac. This is going to be center for Cinder, pushes it towards the net. Disney able to make the save. 20 seconds left, crunch time for the Spartans, who have marched to a series victory here, but trouble in game number 5. 10 seconds left. Ball is in the box. Disney up. Ooh. Saved by Prozac. And with 3 seconds left, unless Disney can get this up on the wall, he does. Ball is still up. Can he get under the ball in time? Overcommits just a little bit. Lightning gonna take a game off of the Spartans, 1-0. Very well played by the Lightning right there, as they controlled that game.
They did
the entire time. It was really, really fun to watch.
I could have said something snarky there, but I'm not going to, because the Lightning just played a just phenomenal Rocket League in general. I mean, they had 8 shots on the net. Only 1 going in, but it was just a straight offensive pressure, and it kept the Spartans on their back feet. Whereas the Spartans, anytime they had a chance, they had 4 chances, a Lightning team member was there to defend. May or may not have gotten the touch all the time, but the ones that they did not get the touch on, they ended up being wide on. The Spartans were wide. So they were there when it was important. The Lightning, they have a lot to work on, though. Let's face it. They did go down 4-1 in that series, and they went up against one of the best in the in the Platinum League right now. The Spartans, playing fantastic Rocket League, and we saw it on display right there. Just straight up solid, consistent, and team-oriented Rocket League from the Spartans. Lots of communication, lots of rotation happening. They didn't see a lot of pass plays or anything like that, but we saw a lot of mechanical skills, so they've definitely been practicing.
Yeah, absolutely. But the one thing that I think the Lightning can note in that series and just take home, watch the VOD, study it. In that last game, they played a game that was extremely familiar to you and I, that high-pressure game that really the Ducks and the Lightning tend to play. Yeah. It was extremely amazing to watch how before they were content really to let the Spartans have their way, but they were contesting every single ball, not allowing any of those opportunities that the Spartans were flourishing on in the first four games. And every time that Disney or Nukers was able to touch the ball, there was a member of the Lightning right there to interfere.
Yeah, even if it wasn't going to result in a decent 50-50 or even a touch at all, they were right there, and it forced the Spartans to kind of rethink everything. Mm-hmm. Now, that might be a good note for whoever they go up against next week, as I don't have the schedule in front of me. But tomorrow looks like it's going to be a heck of an evening, as we have Platte League Dodgers Elite, the classic rivalry coming up, as well as Dodger Pirates and Hawks Wolves in the Champ League. Going to be a fantastic Saturday. Primetime Saturday is airing tomorrow. Guys, hashtag MLDPOTW for any play that you thought might or should be in consideration for that case of balls, Guarana. And, of course, I have to thank Arctic.ac for all the cooling and all the good stuff that they do for us here at the MLD. Kendo, my friend, any final words?
Definitely show up tomorrow. Because tomorrow, every single game, I mean, we just had a Lightning doubleheader. Is it too far to say that tomorrow is going to be lit? But seriously, though, you literally have the Dodgers versus the Elite. You have the Classic. You literally have the Champions League, two of the best teams at preseason. Looking at the matchups, two of the top pairings. Granted, we won't get to see those top pairings, but we'll get to see half of them with the Dodgers and Agony and Minamaki, and then Junior and Tunloik.
Yeah, no, it's going to be it. You know what? Hashtag light it up for tomorrow.
And then both the Wolves and the Hawks are towards the top of their division, so this is going to be absolutely insane tomorrow. So please tune in,
guys. Thank you for joining us this evening. Just stop by tomorrow and say hi, because we'd love to have you. You've been watching awesome Freestyle Friday action here on the MLD Network on Twitch.tv.